my name's Shawna Teare. I'm out in the Kootenay Mountains right now. I originally am from Calgary, born and raised. I was a business owner in Calgary, had a retail cookie business and a wholesale organic, vegan, gluten-free factory. I've worked in all areas of graphic design and e-commerce, and packed it all in, sold up everything we had and moved to this beautiful mountainside in the Kootenays, where we're trying to be self-sufficient or be part of a greater self-sufficient community. We're growing lots of our own food. We're raising chickens, we're raising rabbits, growing epic amounts of food. And I've gone from baking and packaging cookies and selling them all over the country to growing tomatoes and canning, putting up food for the winter. Yeah, my partner and I are experimenting with all sorts of natural building techniques. Our favorite method of building is building with found objects and garbage and commercial waste products and what's abundant on our land. So we work with a lot of trees, and we work with a lot of waste and just some creative ideas. And one day at a time, we're just eking out an existence here. When we took over this property 3 years ago, we had a rolling hill of couch grass. So this is our third year implementing garden, and really the entire project is just about testing and trialing different techniques. So this is our hugel bed, just rotting logs, a little bit of really crappy soil, some old compost, some wood chips. Yeah, and we really only watered this thing twice all year. We grew chickpeas this year, and I don't think I'll ever do that again because each little pod just produces one garbanzo bean, which seems a little ridiculous. It's a lot of work for one little bean. But it was a fun experiment. We have all heritage hens, lots of happy ladies. We got 2 roosters. This is Genghis Khan. And then we have Fat Elvis, who's a hermaphrodite, but we love him. Yeah, we have a lot of transgender animals actually for some reason. I don't know. We're open to everybody on this farm. This has made having so many woofers awesome. We built a new shower house this year. It's gonna have an outdoor kitchen on the front of it once it gets finished. This is built entirely, again, out of poles that we've hauled down that were all dead standing. We have a friend that owns a mill, just a little like custom mill down the road, and he gives us all of his B-grade garbage. He calls it firewood, but these boards are all firewood essentially. We built the first yurt, and this is my art studio. It has a guest space in it. Of course, like everything that we do here is permaculture driven. Everything. We use everything that I learned in that class to make all of the decisions. I can't imagine trying to do what we're doing without having this education behind me, really. It's only natural for us that we're using what we have available and what's abundant, and the challenge of using garbage and waste products is something that my partner and I have both been all over our whole lives. We love scrounging bits and bobs and making things out of them. This is permacamp. This is sort of where we envision expanding more habitats for people to come and learn, more spaces. We have some dreams of tree houses and tent decks and a nicer kitchen area, but this is really where we want people to cozy in and camp out. But it's been this is something I think I've been waiting my whole life to do. Both Dylan and I have wanted to live off the land or grow food or, build a house naturally. And it's pretty amazing that we're doing it. So I think there's a lot of, we're super grateful to be here. We feel really blessed to have found this place and to be here. But it's not for everybody, and it's not easy. I was pretty idealistic coming out here, and I think our first winter just showed us how just how tough it can be, especially living in a space that's not very insulated. That's been really challenging for us. I mean, I spent the first 6 months cooking over the campfire. I didn't have a stove, and I was feeding, 10, 12 people at a time. So there's been a lot of challenges that we've had to overcome. Living with wildlife, it's been really interesting. There was a bear living in our front yard for the first week we were here, and we were chasing it away with with a slingshot. We had a cougar in our back way kill a big something, moose or a deer, or an elk actually. That was pretty real, That was probably the one moment I went, what am I doing here? There's a cougar killing this animal right behind my house. It was pretty intense. But I wouldn't go back to the city. I wouldn't. I couldn't go back, We love it here. We love this whole life. And I mean, I wake up every morning and look at this, and I think no matter how cold or sweaty or exhausted I am, this is where I am. So it's pretty great. These are skills that we all have somewhere deep down in our DNA, so it's just finding them and using them. It's pretty awesome. This is a mountain sourcing spring creek, so it comes out on our property right from the mountain. It pools year-round. Nobody takes water from above us. Nobody puts anything in above us. It's the most alive, beautiful water. And this is really why we're here. And return a surplus. That's one thing about living in this community that is amazing. I mean, coming from the city where I didn't know what community was. I didn't understand that word really, in context. We moved here and it has been just amazing to be a part of a huge group of people with skills and needs and yields and abundance and just sharing so much is fabulous. Weekly I go and take my 2 dozen fresh eggs for a big jug of raw cow milk from this amazing couple who live off-grid, and that's really special to me. I trade eggs for meat from a cow that we knew, that we helped butcher, that we helped package. That's also pretty special. We need help. People are there, and that's where our insurance comes from, and that's what makes this place extra special. Yeah, be powerful.